Hello folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome to a brand new video. Today it is time for episode 3 of season 5 of Football Manager 2021 Conquering the Euro with Everton, and today we have a Carabao Cup game against Sean Dyche's Norwich, and that might seem like a game that might be very winnable, but Norwich are actually only one place behind us in the league, so that should be a very good game at Carrow Road. And then we welcome our former employees, of course, Wolves, to Goodison Park in the next game. But considering we were in dire straits at the end of last episode, yes, we'd beaten Stoke, but it wasn't looking all that good. We're now sitting 6th in the Premier League. We'll talk about that in just a second. Let's have a look at the schedule since you guys have last been with me. And the good news is we are unbeaten since you guys have last been with me. Now, obviously, we played the game against Stoke on camera. We then went and played against Newcastle in the third round of the Carabao Cup. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out that we're only here today because we beat Newcastle. Albeit we beat them in a penalty shootout. Jordan Pickford had a very good game, rated at 8 points. So I don't know if that's because of the penalty shootout or not. But Newcastle were really on top and we managed to hold out. It doesn't go to extra time then penalties. It's just 90 minutes then penalties, which really helped the fitness of our guys out. And Iwobi, Sakaria, Godfrey and Viviani scored all their penalties. Pellegrino and Sisto missed for Newcastle, and therefore we got through to the fourth round. We then went back to Goodison and played against Crystal Palace. Sam Atkinson got his first senior goal for Everton, but to be brutally honest, it wasn't really his goal. It was a shot, I think, from Viviani outside the box, and Atkinson literally just got his toe on it, and it counted. But it'll give him a big confidence boost, so I'm very happy about that. Iwobi scored early on. Marcus Edwards got a penalty in the 29th minute, so it was really all over by half-time. Only disappointment was that we didn't quite make a clean sheet, but it was another 3 points nonetheless. And we were run very close here away from home against West Ham United. They actually scored first with Troy Parrott getting on the score sheet. Is he at West Ham now? Yes, he is. Former Tottenham player. And he's got... Well, he went on a free to Monaco. Tottenham really ballsed up there, didn't they? He went on a free to Monaco. And then West Ham signed him the year after for 44 million. I couldn't do that. I couldn't give Monaco that amount of money for him. But as you can see, it was one each up until the very end. The last few minutes of the game, we went attack. I thought, I don't care, I'm going for a victory. And it really worked. Dennis Sakari with a good knock from about 20 yards out. And we managed to get 3 points once again against the Hammers. And our winning run of form continued. And thank God, I'm going to call him Lorenzo from now on. Because that French pronunciation of Chevalier, I'm just going to butcher it every time. So Lorenzo is a name I know. And I can't butcher that much. But he finally scored his first goal in the Premier League. And he did it in style. He scored a hat-trick against Southampton at home. Marcus Edwards also getting on the score sheet. In a very strong game there. We then went away from home to Ellen Road. Bit of a struggle, but we walked away that from no goals. It was really 0-0, written all over it. So from the last 5 Premier League games, we are in very good form. If you look at the last 5 games, we are second only to Manchester United on form, who have won all of their 10 matches, and thank God we haven't got to play United for a while yet. But the Premier League is very close. Don't be fooled, really, by the fact we're 6th, because, you know, if we'd have lost one game, we'd have been in 14th. It's incredibly close. A lot of clubs on 13, 14, 16 points. To be honest, though, apart from Man United, maybe City and Liverpool, potentially, it's wide open behind. You can see we've got Norwich today in the Cup. It could be a tough one. And then we've got Wolves in the league. That, again, will be a tough match. But Sean Dyche has done quite well with Norwich. If anything, though, they had a very strong start to the season. They're starting to perform a bit poorer lately, without a winning 3. And hopefully that might just help us out. So let's have a look at the team sheet then for today's match against Norwich. Now, it's a bit of a rotated side. We couldn't really do too much about rotating too much, because as you know, we've got a few injury problems, so we had to pick most of the first team, but we'll run through the team anyway. We've got our backup keeper, Joel Stewart, in. I think he played, I can't remember now, but I think he played in the third round, did he? Did he play in the third round? Oh, whoops. Carabao Cup, yes, he did play in the third round, so we'll give him, no, he can't have played in the third round, can he? Because Pickford played. So why does it say appearances Carabao Cup 1? That's strange, isn't it? Season stats, Carabao Cup appearances 1. Well, we played 2 games in the Carabao Cup. We played him in the second round. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to revert that, actually. I'm going to put Pickford in the net, just to make sure we don't concede anything stupid. Reluctantly, we put Holgate at right back. He's not a right back. He's been done quite poorly at right back when we played him. But our only backup player, Valentino Livramento, has got a high injury risk, and he's only just come back from injury, so I don't want to have him injured. So reluctantly is our only option there. You can see that apart from him, There's Etal, who's injured, Liv Dorento, Lawrence, who's injured, or Ben Godfrey, and you can see I'm not playing Ben Godfrey there. Ben Godfrey, though, does play at centre-back with Diego Almeida alongside him. Sanusi plays at left-back with Lewis Bates and Mattia Viviani in the midfield. To be honest, this man has surprised me a bit. He's been a little bit mediocre this season, Ismael Gutierrez. He played well for us last year. Hasn't really done a lot, though, and he's not in that first team. Would have liked to have brought him in today, but I think Lewis Bates deserves that chance. The recent signing from Chelsea, of course. Harrison Solkin plays alongside Abadoulaye Doucouré and Deji Satona in the attacking midfield, and Reece Nelson starts up front. It's a stage in the cup where you've got to be a bit careful, isn't it? Because you can play a few youngsters, sure, but if you play too many against a side that we've seen are performing well, like Norwich, you can be very, very well. You can struggle. That's what I'm trying to say, and I would love to go and win a cup, or do well at least in a cup, because it's something I've never really done, at least in this save anyway. But in the last few football managers, apart from maybe winning the League Cup, say with Liverpool, I've never really done too well in the cups, and I think we might have a good chance. We've got to win today's game, obviously, that's imperative, and starting with a goal conceded against us 90 seconds in isn't really the best plan to do that. Uros Rakic with his 4th goal of the season. It was a good ball out to Diamandi, to be fair. A bit disappointing. I think this is from Sanusi. Yeah, Zaidu Sanusi just completely loses his man. I'd worry why somebody couldn't have got to that, but it was a good strike. Pickford was going to struggle to get to that. All we can do from now is recover. There's no point slamming the squad at this point. We're only about 8 or 9 minutes into the game. As long as we just pick up after this and hopefully get a goal back, right about now, we'll be fine. Doucouré on the ball, he runs through. Doucouré still. Oh, he's been tackled there. That was a definite foul. That was a definite foul. Unless Doucouré jumped, it looked like there was some contact. And I guess the debate's whether it happened inside the box. It is. It's a penalty. So who's going to take this? Have we got time to change it? Sorry about the dog in the background, by the way. No, we can't change it. I need to change this, actually. I'll do it after the match. I haven't got a piece of paper. I shall write it down somewhere. I need to change the penalty takers. But it's Lewis Bates taking a penalty. Now, he might be the best penalty taker in the world. I don't know. But as long as he puts this in the back of the net, I'll be fine. And he does. Thank God for that. Lewis Bates gets his first goal for the Ev since signing from Chelsea. Again, he's been a bit average, I guess you can say. I suppose playing as a box-to-box midfielder's a bit of a thankless role, isn't it? You're not going to be like that attacking midfielder. A bit like Marcus Edwards, I suppose. Just noticed West Ham are 2-0 up at Anfield. That would be quite a shock. And Man United have got, typical Manchester United, have got the really tough draw. They're playing at Old Trafford against League One Rochdale. I feel for them. Solkin, Doucouré, Robson Bamboo puts it out. Actually, our former player. We don't get on with Robson Bamboo at all. That's not going to help our relationship with Robson Bamboo. A good ball, to be fair, from the centre-back. I'm going to slam the players there. What on earth was that? You know, they've just hoofed the ball forward. It reminds me a bit, that does, of our game against Blackpool last year when we just took the job. And Blackpool used to hoof balls over the top and score. But we didn't get on with Robson Bamboo at Nice. He was a player that we got rid of. He got all in a huff. We didn't play him, basically, and that's why he got in a huff. But we are behind again. You would suggest from our XG that we're actually the better side here, and it might be worth pushing forward to try and make the most of that superiority in this match. If we can get in at half-time at 2 each, I won't be too discouraged. Might be 2-1, though. Might be 2-1. I think Manchester United are through, it's fair to say. Oh, no. He's going to be off. Viviani's off, and I think that, unfortunately, from there, that might just be our Carabao Cup dream over. I'll bring Gutierrez on for... Yeah, I suppose Doucouré... Actually, no, he doesn't have to. Doucouré can play there quite, easily, and we'll have Bates as the man there. But it's annoying, that is. We didn't really want that to happen. Yeah, we're going to struggle to get anything out of this game now. We're going to have our defensive ability shown here. I guess the only thing we've lost, losing that midfielder, really, is we've lost someone in attack. Our defence, it shouldn't really make a difference to our defence, I wouldn't have thought. But let's see. If we can score a second here, and like in the Newcastle game, get it to penalties, for example, we've got a good chance. Bate on the ball. Out wide to Zaidu. Bate. Zaidu again. The only worrying thing for me is that we haven't scored from open play. Great ball from Godfrey, though, to Harrison Salkin. Can he make something else? He puts it in the box of Reece Nelson. It's a bit unlucky for Reece, to be fair there. Just dispossessed by the midfield, the defender. And I tell you what, we want to make sure that because we could have another man off here if we're not careful. Out of possession, stay on feet. Don't do anything stupid. Or else, we are really going to struggle. But Lewis Bates made that tackle now. He doesn't get a yellow card, luckily. Yes, I don't think any of you... come on, lads. We're a man down, but we can still get a result. I think that's fair enough. I guess we have an excuse now if we go out, which is always nice. That, well, we went down to 10 men. We were never going to win. But it would be nice to get a goal back and take this to penalties again. You would suggest at 3-1, like it is now, that we'd struggle. And fair, kudos to Norwich. I don't think that us going down to 10 men will really decide this match. I think it's we just haven't been good enough. Our XG suggested we should have been better. We might as well make a few changes, bring some youngsters on. Salkin's alright there. We'll bring Alex Allen on. We'll get rid of Reece Nelson. We'll bring Sam Atkinson on up front. Or is it Salkin who's better being up front? Yes, I would suggest Salkin is a better man up front by himself there. But who knows? It's not all over yet. I suppose we might as well just go positive in terms of our... Why is it not letting me pick anything? There we go. Let's go positive in terms of our mentality. Tell the lads we demand a bit more from them. A bit more direct, passing to space, shoot on sight. Really, at 3-1 down, what I'm saying is we've got absolutely nothing to lose here. What's the harm, I guess? Bit of a shame, but I guess these things aren't meant to be sometimes. Viviani getting sent off didn't help us because at 2-1, with 11 men each on the pitch, it wasn't game over, but you would suggest that now it probably is. Especially now we've gone attacking, we probably have to face that we might concede a fourth goal. Again, as well, I'm quite glad that Pickford's in the net rather than Joel Stewart, because I think Stewart might have took a bit of flack. Pickford will be alright though, he'll dust that off just fine for the next match. Just really gives the likes of Alex Allen a bit of game time, but truthfully, I can't see anything happening here. The only thing I can see is what probably is going to happen now, which is a Norwich goal. But a good save from Jordan Pickford there. I think it might be worth bringing Livramento on for 15 minutes actually at the back, just to rest Mason Holgate. And Livramento, you think would be okay for 15 minutes here. It is a bit of bittersweet that Robson Bamboo does beat us, but then again, there are former players that have gone to all sorts of sides that are going to beat us. But, well, Liverpool have brought it back to 2-8. That'll frustrate West Ham most certainly, but yeah, it would be a good chance, I feel. Definitely, with some of the clubs left in this. Oh well. Alex Allen shoots. Okay, well, he's shot on sight. You can't really complain of that too much, I guess. Have we made our 3 subs? Yes, we have. So we can't do anything other than change the tactic. And at this point, I think whatever we do, we're not going to get out of this with a victory. So unfortunately, we drop out at the 4th round, it looks like. I mean, as I said, we've got a bit of an excuse, the fact we went down to 10 men. And Norwich are doing well in the league. So all isn't lost. Bit of a shame. But we move on. But again, it's one of them, isn't it? You can't do all of these things. I'll send our assistant to that. It's our first defeat since that game against Man United. Against Liverpool. But yeah, it is what it is. Liverpool do go out to West Ham in the end. I mean, West Ham, Stoke, Norwich, Man United. I guess there are a few more games to go. I mean, who else? There's Man United and Man City. The only 2 big clubs that I can see there. So, again, it might have been an opportunity. But ho-hum, Norwich are going to be the ones with that opportunity. Going to fine Viviani half a week's wages, as per the Code of Conduct. And hopefully, we'll recover. We'll have a few days rest, probably. And hopefully come back and get a good result at home against the Wolves. So, we host our former employees. This is the side that's going to take us into that match. We're actually going to swap these 2 around. I think Sakari's a better box-to-box midfielder. Pickford's back in the net. We've got Livramento at right back with Holgate and Godfrey in the centre of defence with Sanusi at left back. Bate keeps his place. I was quite impressed with him last time out. And that being said, penalties. Let's sort this out while I'm here. We'll get Edwards at the top. We only really need a few takers here, just to make sure that... Yeah, okay, that's fine. That'll do. Sakari and Bate in the midfield. As I said, Bate's done well in the last game. I wasn't going to play Marcus Edwards, but his average rating suggests he's one of the best men in the squad, so it'd be foolish not to play him. I had a bit of a nice warm feeling, don't worry, not like that. I had a nice warm feeling when Lorenzo managed to get English Premier Division Young Player of the Month, and he dedicated the award to me. And then we only finished third in the Manager of the Month. I guess if Ollie's winning all the matches, then Ollie's at the wheel, isn't he? But Lorenzo starts today. You'll hopefully see him score a goal, fingers crossed, with Lewis Williams out wide, who's not really recovered the sort of form he had last year just yet. I mean, his average rating was only 6.98 last year, but even so, he was a good player for us, but again, only 6.82 this year. So he needs to improve a bit. Hopefully today's the start of that, and Reece Nelson starts for us up front. We've done well. We have done well recently, and I hope that match against Norwich was a bit of a blip. Again, we're back at home today. We've got the home crowd behind us, and fingers crossed that we should do quite well. Funnily enough, it's not Roberto Mancini now at Wolves, because I can't remember where he went. It might have been an international side, but I know he went somewhere. It might have been somewhere like Dortmund, actually. But Gareth Southgate is now the Wolves manager. He's not the England manager anymore. Only a few players survived from when I was at Wolves. Two of my signings are still there. Renato Sanchez, who plays today, and James Ward-Prowse, who I believe is Wolves' captain, actually, and he's on the bench today. But we've got a good chance here. A few of the sides drop points, so if we can win today's game, we do go into 5th. We leapfrog Wolves, and we give ourselves a good chance. It's going to be a very close league this year. It seems going to be a little bit like real life, I suppose, where you win or lose a game and you can drop or gain 5 or 6 positions. Close one there for Marcus Edwards. Let's see how we get on. I'm hoping we win this one, because if we lose again, my common instinct starts to worry. I always get very suspicious when you're on a good run and then you start losing matches. I really want to nip that in the bud. But a ball into Lewis Williams, and well done, Lewis. I've given him the lucky 13, unlucky 13 shot. I don't know if that's something to do with it, but we made a hint before the match that he needs to do a bit better. Maybe for providing more assists, potentially, but it's actually Dennis Zakaria who's providing the assist there. Lovely ball in. Lewis Williams gets his head on it, nods it into the back of the net, and at Goodison Park, we lead, and it seems as a lead we deserve to have. After 20-odd minutes, Wolves have had 30-odd% of possession, no shots at all, not really offered anything, and it looks like we should be well into to do something here. But again, we'll put the brakes on a little bit. I'm not quite sure about that. We're going to attack for the last few minutes of the half just to see if we can extend our lead to 2. If we can, then we've got a really strong chance of closing out this match, definitely. Zaidu Sanusi, Lorenzo on the edge of the box to Marcus Edwards, back into Reece Nelson, who makes it 2-0, and that's exactly what we were looking for. We're going to go back to balance now, kind of calm the game down a bit, try to, I guess, control the game, but not too much. But great stuff. Reece Nelson gets only his 3rd goal of the season. We haven't really got, and we still haven't, Lorenzo's got time to mature, but we haven't got a 20-goal-a-season striker that we said we should have had before. But we're getting goals from all over the pitch, ultimately. Lorenzo's scoring, Edwards is scoring now, Williams has got his name on the score sheet, Nelson's scoring. We're going to outstretch our arms and say we're very happy with the way it's going. I usually do the whole don't get complacent team talk, but based on how many times I've been 2-0 up in FM this year and ended up drawing 2 each, I think it might be time for a change of tact. Livramento on the edge of the box, puts it into Williams. I'll tell you what, if he got 2 in, if he scored 2 from headers, I'd have started to think this is just crazy. Livramento to Edwards. Ooh, no foul apparently. I'm not sure about that. To Zakaria. Back to Valentino Livramento. Livramento, what can he do? Puts it into Marcus Edwards. Lorenzo. Can't quite do it, but good defending there from Wolves. Good to see we've still got the superiority. I'm glad that we're a side that don't just play Mourinho ball in effect, that go 1-0 up and just shrug our shoulders and say, well, we'll get the 3 points and that'll be it. I'll tell you a side who are struggling this year, and that's Leicester. They're only 1 point above the relegation zone. Crystal Palace are in dire straits. They really are. But Leicester aren't doing, they're not doing much better, are they? But we've really controlled this game. Sanusi's had a bit of a knock. It might be time to make a few changes. Edwards looks a bit tired, so we might as well rest Alex Iwobi. We'll bring Harrison Solkin on for 20 minutes, and we will also give Lewis Bate a rest, and we'll play Gutierrez again. It's a time for some of our players who haven't maybe impressed so much. It's time for some of those guys to show us what they're made of, ultimately, if they want to get back into this team. Still a long way to go. It's still a game that we could drop points in, but if we can hold on to this, which looks like it's going to happen, to be fair, we've got a strong hold. We've got a strong hold on this game at the moment, but all can change, really, if Wolves score. Good tackle there from Ben Godfrey. This is decent football. Just don't lose it, for goodness sake. They are dilly-dallying a bit now, but a good ball out from Sanusi. Not really good enough, though. Wolves get it back. Sanchez. It's going to be a goal for Wolves here. I can just feel it. And it's a shot, but it's just wide from Dele Alli. Again, a man who I don't think I'd have bought in if I had my day at Wolves, which obviously I did. I had plenty of days at Wolves, but he wouldn't be a man I'd bring in. I don't really rate him that highly. Livramento is a man that's still coming back from injury, so it would be advised probably to give him a bit of a rest. But he's played well today. He's got himself into a lot of dangerous positions out on the wing and put some good balls into the box, albeit none of them proving particularly fruitful. Harrison Salkin goes alone. Again, it's one of those in FM that tends to happen quite a bit where they just go straight to the goalkeeper. But we're 2-0 up. It looks like for the third Premier League game in a row, we're going to get a clean sheet, which is excellent news. I hope that Luke Matthews doesn't make a mistake. Well, he does make a mistake. And this could be a chance for 3-0 potentially. Salkin can't get past the midfield, the defender, but surely that's a foul. I don't know if that's Loddy or Loddle, but he's just completely torn Harrison Salkin apart there. And it's a penalty. I should bloody well think so. Reece Nelson takes the penalty. I mean, Salkin went down looking for a decision. Really? Feels like he wrestled him to the ground. Reece Nelson to take the penalty then. 3-0 would be very convincing to walk out of here at Goodison Park with a 3-0 win, and he misses. Might be worth changing the penalty takers again. If we were 1 each or 1-0 down, that would have meant a lot more. But luckily we're not. We're going to win this game 2-0. We can smile at that, but yeah, it's a bit of a worry, that is. But in terms of the Premier League, we're in very good form. We really are. 4 wins in the last 5 again. Excellent stuff. Solid win. No real threat from Wolves, which amazes me. And we're into the top 5. For a side that we said, well, we're going to struggle the start of this season. We lost our first 2 matches, remember. So to put that in context, that's 19 points from an available 27. It's not half bad, is it? And if you remember, we played Man United and Liverpool in that lot. So ever since that Liverpool match, the only time we've dropped points is against Leeds. We've got a tricky game next against Chelsea, but Norwich, again, will be tricky, I suppose. I'd say Norwich have gone down like a stone with that loss. That just shows you lose one and you can drop like a stone in this league. We then got Norwich, Bournemouth. I think we'll come back. I don't know when we'll come back, actually. We might have a bit of an extended break now and play a fair amount of these games. I don't know. I'm not quite decided where we'll come back. I guess we'll leave it as a bit of a surprise for you guys. But we're in very good form. We're in good form. If you look at the league table again and look at the stages, last 5 games, we're 3rd on the form count, level with Man City, but we're in very good company up here. But yeah, Leicester aren't doing well. West Ham struggling, but Crystal Palace under Danny Cowley, who said I was a rubbish manager. Yeah, I'm putting my 2 fingers up into me, but I don't want to get demonetised, so I'm doing it out of the camera's view. But if you guys enjoyed that, make sure to leave a like down below. Remember that after today's video, well, Happy New Year, of course. It's my first video of 2021, but apart from that, this is going to be the last of the daily content in the week. We are going to be doing daily content for the next 2 days, but we will go back to the usual model of Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, as I go back to work next Monday. All very sad, but I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed the daily content this week as well. As I said, that will continue into this weekend. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment as well if you enjoyed and subscribe for regular Football Manager content. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.